So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can go back to the first route. Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the you're
Yeah.
here.
What did I do? I went to the cabin. I went down without the
You make your
knife.
way up the short path.
No, I went down with the knife. Because I was like, I gotta arm
The interior
myself.
of the cabin is all the blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool you.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the. She's so. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk. So we did talking the first time.
Then why did you bring a knife with you?
She makes a compelling point. What if don't you dare?
And then I think we dropped the
we
knife,
can decide
right?
what we want to do after we talk to her.
We dropped the knife.
The blade tumbles
Thank you. Maybe now we can...
against your better. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
And then we said all the things. Might as well, right?
I know.
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
I'm a little creeped out.
Stop it.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
So what did I do? I found a way to go upstairs and just wait, right? What's your name?
She hesitates before.
You can address me.
Note.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can...
Her sharp eye. She isn't. She is.
Here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
And us telling her that kind of manifests her the ability to end the world, doesn't it?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
I'm just
Princess
trying to do
hesitates
as
before
much as I
responding.
can that is the same as the first route, which I could have just opened up the video and followed it to the letter, but I think it's more fun to try it from memory, because if I accidentally get a different ending, then that's cool too.
She doesn't know. She knows what.
I don't think I can answer that. At the end of the day, whoever sent you to... that doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you.
She has a point.
So, but you don't really know me, do you? What can my...
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, it's all... So do you trust me?
She's wrong.
The risk. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided...
You know.
What did I do? But I want to just go upstairs, right? Can I just slay without a knife?
You charge the princess, blade
But I didn't have my
trembling in
knife.
your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Oops, that was different.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
I wonder if we actually can slay her in Chapter 1.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
I didn't have the knife in my hand. I think there was an issue there.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, I guess I'm not getting the Chapter 1 paranoid ending. The tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to...
Alright, what's new to this route? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear... What does it matter what he knows?
Oh,
There's
it's
nothing
broken
we can
again?
do to stop her. She is not going to kill you.
Okay, so we are in a Chapter 2 we've already been in before. So maybe we can get a different ending from this?
Those are two... You died? Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? She's just... And I believe your other question was something... What do you mean? Yes, but if it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people... If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
I think this is different dialogue.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Yeah, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Kill me, I can make sure that doesn't happen again. All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. We're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Oh, we've got a new idea. That's all.
Right, now...
Let's go.
A warning. She will... Lying? She caught us off guard last time. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
The broken... No, it was the hunted. The broken was...
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would
It's
suggest.
a new cabin.
The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Let's go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
So the text is different when we come here without talking about it first.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope we should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Huh. This whole cabin's different from last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I'm trying to remember. When did the princess kill us in cold blood? Was it number 3? I think it was episode 3. We did give her the blade in episode 3, though. Alright, let's... Should we take the blade or just enter the basement? I think we're gonna pledge ourselves to her.
No blade this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall.
That's
the
pretty
smell
deep.
of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice.
No. The giant stairs are not kind of nice. I don't want to fall down these.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
So he's like, oh, we can't do anything. We just have to submit to the princess. And now the princess is like, come down here. And he's like, oh, yes, yes.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
I'm so curious.
The princess towers
You're
over you,
very tall.
almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Get out of my head, I don't like you. The other chain is there. It doesn't have a shackle on the end.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
This one's kind of uncomfortable. Sure, why not?
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird.
Ugh.
Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Probably.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction.
Dang it, the right click of doom. She isn't inevitable. Can't you feel it?
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Looks like I don't have a choice here. What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Sure, great. I'll just eat him. Just bite him off. If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should move our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
You're only saying that because you can't actually break it.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Keep getting new dialogue. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Word salad. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
No.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, we're out of options. There we go. I'm yours to command.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her, not when the stakes are so high, not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
What are you gonna do?
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me.
Can you get rid of it for me? I don't like it.
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Did I miss something? I clicked through it.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
I really hate this princess.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
No.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
What if I don't believe? What happens then? Let's learn.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please don't do this.
All right. Let's do this one because it says
There's
explore.
nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Break the chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Very enlightening. And if I had the option to slay that one, I would have. I don't want that one to be a part of the entity. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
And there's that.
Time for the mirror. I'm not sure I want to see this. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh, the narrator is the crow. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. It's moving. You're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. Are you something like me? If you're not me, what are you?
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I'm starting to think I never had a choice. I don't think it's possible to slay a princess. Except maybe in World 2 or 3. We get a limited number of questions, I think. This is a lot. Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Let's try to get information.
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Okay.
But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
You have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris? After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? So those are the new ones. So I think we gained some new stuff. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
In some vaguely philosophical sense.
From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Alright, no new ones, I think. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
You do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Well, sure. Alright, so we have to choose our questions because we can't ask all of them. I really like this. People out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? What is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Okay. Cares about dying. I've died plenty of times. Every time we get so many new questions. How am I supposed to rid the world of death?
By slaying the princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are. No more fear, no more howling chaos, just life. Forever.
Oh, that doesn't seem that great. How about just... How about we continue to exist, but we also keep changing? We've got 3 more questions, it looks like. So I'm not going to ask any of these that's like, whoa, what do you have to say for yourself? Because we can't learn anything from that kind of question. I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. I mean, why can't you be both? A god? I always knew I was special. Are you a god, or were you a god? Didn't I already ask this? What about the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
Oh, we had another one. It was blocked by the text. That's another non-information one. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her?
Of course they won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
How did you die? Why did you make her a princess? Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? What if neither of us wants to leave this place? Does that work? Can't we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone? So many new options. So many. And only 2 questions. Why would you want to rid the world of death? Pretty sure death is good, actually. Important. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. There was one up here I saw. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Achievement, death of the author, run out of questions. Oh, I can't ask another question. I only have a statement. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. That's so petty. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I'm not. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Lie. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. I still have time to see what she thinks about all this. There we go.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Yeah, I think destroying the concept of death would probably be a bad thing. Forced immortality on everyone? Yeah, no.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Am I getting an actual ending? When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Ugh. Ugh.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I don't like this. H.R. Geiger.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I mean, this is okay. Don't like this. Not gonna say that. Did you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I am the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. I guess we are an angel of death. I was right when I saw the reflection the first time.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Well, I wouldn't slay death. I think that's a very bad idea. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? Well, the narrator told us that she doesn't have a will, basically. Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions. I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? Sure. This is basically asking, are there other endings?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
No, I was just asking questions.
You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacies reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine.
I thought I was gonna get to ask all the questions.
When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it.
Okay, so either this one overwhelmed all the others, or this is just one out of many endings.
Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Okay, forget what I just said. I might be wrong about those. I am so confused. Submitting to you was a mistake. I would have destroyed you if I knew what you were. Yeah, so it does seem like this is like an ending. Like this is a final one. You were consumed by your own ego. I won't engage with violence. I could remain silent. This one.
You knew what I was then, just as you know what I am now.
Wait, no. I am still so confused. This game is so good at confusing me. She is death and change. Death and change will change. Changeability. Changeability is good.
When masses mob you, there is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
That seems uncomfortable.
And in the end, you returned it to me.
For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Okay, there were two faces over here. Was it two or was it one? I think this may be going through the princesses that we amalgamized into this one. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe there are right and wrong things to say if I understood what was happening, but I am just so confused. I couldn't understand you then. I think I understand you now. You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do. I won't engage with violence. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. I'll go with this one. I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now.
You saw with a single pair of eyes what you needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to.
So this is the hunted one.
You knew me, and
Yeah.
I knew you, even more than either of us know each other now. And you chose to pull apart that weave. But you did not choose to end me. We were still one, but we were also separate, and we were free. We were as we are. Will you excise that part of yourself now that you see me from yet another angle?
Alright, I am worried about the future of this playthrough. I'm like, clearly there are choices we didn't make, endings we could have gotten, then different versions of the princess would be here in this moment. I am still quite confused. You were a part of me. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you. I couldn't bring myself to hurt you then, but maybe I should have. I miss what it was like to be together. Can we go back to it? I won't engage with it. I get it. There's no need. So this, right? Weren't we like all part of the narrator? Like the narrator, who the narrator used to be, the narrator, us, and the princess were like fractions?
All things are connected through me and through you. To harm me is to harm yourself, is to harm everything. The truth of that moment remains our truth. question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
It's all coming back to the theme of beliefs making things real.
But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent
That's
is
the
not to
prison
end,
princess.
but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
No. They'll see permanence as a gift. No. That would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
Alright, I think we're on the same page now.
Your liver drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Oh, this version. So, on the one hand, I'm like, oh man, this version of the princess. On the other hand, I'm like, it's definitely the most bearable to be around. To my true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. I was blinded by emotion, we both know that, so that would be like saying we were wrong to choose the romance ending. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. Sure, this one.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand.
So we could argue, I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective, or we could be ready. This is not... So this is not the princess that was like the goddess princess. This is the amalgam goddess, that is the entity that is all the princesses coming together. So in that case, I think I'm ready. Time to leave with her.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Let's go! You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Let's take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Color! It's unexpected. You are free, and she is with you. And we're watching grass grow. And I think it's fading in a loop. Nope. Maybe. And fractals. I don't know. I'm trying to like think of. Yeah, it's just looping. So
It's
okay.
magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. Wow. If anything best describes my philosophy of existence, this is it. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. Wow. Okay. Maybe you guys didn't have the same deep emotional connection to this that I did, but I'm having a moment here. This game. Now, I've played The Witness, I've played the Talos Principle, I've played the Talos Principle 2. This game might be the most profound philosophical game I have ever played. And I was thinking about this. I was getting ideas that, like, are they going this way with some of the things that they said earlier in the game? Like the contrast between the entity and the narrator and how they spoke. And I was like, I think they might be going this direction. Oh, wow. Wow. So what happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Let's go. Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. All right. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Achievement. Wow. Well, we're definitely not done with this game. There's so much more to do. I'm quite sure. Okay. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. Apparently that wasn't the good ending. Alright. Well, thank you much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI. So this is the... Is this going to be important? A playlist. That just sounds like it's music. I wonder if that's a hint to getting the good ending. Join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, follow somewhere else, make the playlist, play our other game. Yeah, they do have another game. Return to the main menu. Alright everyone, that was Slay the Princess. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of this and other awesome games. I'll see you next time. Bye.